Cisco router initial configuration. On this lab, we haven't created anything yet, so we will create our topology by opening GNS3 and click browse, and we will go inside projects and I will name my project. I already have a name on my clipboard which I copied already, so you can write it down and click yes, click OK, and now you have blank topology to work with. What you need to do is you need to drag and drop some routers. So if you click here and open it, you will have all the nodes that GNS provide. And what I need is I need a router, so I will just drag and drop, and on this lab one router will do. So what I need is, I can see that the iOS image I'm using is the latest one as of January 2018 and is 15.6. so if I just double click it and rename it so it will make sense to us, the device name, I'll click OK, and the device have that name. Actually like to tweak it and to make it look nice. You only need to right click the text and go up, choose the color that you want. I always like white, and I will make the font size bigger, so let's say 14, and I will click OK. It looks better now if I do it like that. Actually, if I even do it R1, will even look much more cleaner. So let me just, yeah, so it looks good. What I need to do is that's just an optional. So what I would like to do, I would like to put it on. There's two ways you can do that. Either you right click and you just click start, or you can start if you have more than one switch or one router. You can click here by starting all the nodes. So I just click there and the router starts. Actually this router is very fast for booting up. It only takes about 8 seconds to boot up. For virtual router, that is quick and with limited memory. So I will just console it in. What I would like to do is I would like to right click. If you want to console it in, you can right click and you can console. Another software will open which is not only specific to me, but you can buy it and use it. You can buy the license and use SecureCRT. If you do lab every day like I do, and you configure 10 routers, 20 routers at one time, or 5 routers even, the best way is you need to use software that will allow you to have tabs, so you can have all your windows in one window and you can just go back and forth the one that you want. But in my case, I like to use SecureCRT. I've been using it for a while. I like to customize it the way I like, and that is my case. So these routers always have an initial configuration, but nevertheless we'll go through the initial configuration in the way we want, and we will continue our lab. Okay, so it's finished booting up. Okay, so as I was saying before, you already have an initial configuration, which is, if you see this is a banner. So, and that banner has been configured. So we need to configure our own banners, yeah. And I will show you how to disable the default banners that come with these virtual iOSs. Okay, and if we exit out of here first of all, and this is if the router did not had any initial configuration, this is the screen that you will have seen. Okay, without this, obviously, yeah, this is the screen that you will have seen. So when you are in here and you see this hash bound, it means you are in privilege mode, yeah. Okay, to get here from a user mode, you wrote down enable, yeah, then you press enter, then it get you here. Okay, for you to configure the router, you need to go to global configuration mode, and the way you go to global configuration mode is you wrote down configure terminal and you enter. Now you can see router config. That's what it shows you. So now you are in configuration mode. There is a couple of other configuration modes, but I would like to go through the basics first. And let's say if I want to go inside an interface mode, what I will do is I will just write down interface, and I will write down the interface name and the port. Yeah, the port. So I will just enter it, and as you can see, config if, that is when you see it, you are in an interface mode. When you are in a global configuration mode or in an interface mode, show command this will not work for you. So if you just say show IB interface brief, they will not work for you unless you do a trick, which is do show IB interface brief. You put D in front of it, then it will work for you. I'm using a shorthand, but in reality this is high interface brief. Then yeah, but I'm just using a short key. Yeah, okay. What you need is, if there's a couple of other configuration modes. There's a router configuration mode. Router, let's say OSPF1, and we need to give a space, and you can see that we are in a router mode. Yeah, because I went inside the router mode. Okay, so let me just go out of it and undo what I did now. If you want to undo whatever you want, you can just, whatever you did, you can just put no in front of it and enter. Then that has been deleted. Okay, so let's go out of it. And when you are in a privilege mode, this is where you can use all your show commands. Yeah, show IB interface brief, show IB route. All the show commands will work here. Okay, so that is just a bit of introduction to router modes. Let's go to configuration. We are in a router mode, so we can, the first thing that we can do is we are in a privilege mode, not a router mode, my bad. But first thing that you can do is you can set the clock in here. So clock set, and let's use a sensitive help, and it will tell you to put hours, minutes and seconds. So you need to make sure that you have the right time when you put in it. So let's just say I'm recording it here 22 17 and 45 seconds. Okay, and it will tell you to put the date, no, not the date, the day, the month, the day and the year. So that is the American format, and it always confuses me. But anyway, that's one, and I will just say 25-2018. So let me see what else we can do. Okay, so okay, something is wrong here. Shouldn't do that. Yeah, so you don't write down the number, you write down the month, actually January 25, 2018. So it takes now. That's good. Actually configure the same command for the switching, and I'm making the mistake of writing down the number. So make sure that you don't write down the number, you write down the month, the date, the day and the year. Moving on, let's go to global configuration mode. Configure terminal, or you can always, let's go out of it, config T, that's a shorthand, so it does the same thing. First thing that we need to do is we need to change the host name. So when you are in a global configuration mode, the best way to do is change the host name first, then continue whatever you want to do. And let's just change the banner. Yeah, MOTD. And the way you configure the banner is, let's say you put symbol there, and you write down this. Okay, this is a test. Okay, and you just put the same symbol at the end of the content that you wrote. That is whatever inside these two symbols are the message. Okay, but the best way is to put something meaningful, something with authority. So do not put or dare anyone to do anything that they I mean, don't dare them basically. That's all I'm saying. Don't say like you cannot hack this router. I mean, it's not really good for you and for the person who you are intimidating. So okay, well, it's not intimidating, but it's daring. Okay, so let's create another layer of security, which is enable secret and Cisco. We will just put Cisco as a password, and we can configure the line console. Yeah, line console 0, and we will give a password which is Cisco, and we need to make sure that we put login. So login, it means it will activate it. Yeah, so you will be able to use the password. Okay, while we're here, we can always use the exact timeout, and so it will not log us out while we are labbing. And we can configure the login, so messages will not cut us off while we are writing down commands. Okay, so we will exit from here and continue going to configure the telnet. So let's go to the VTY lines 0 to 15, and we will give a password which is Cisco. Okay, and make sure that you don't forget login, and exit from there. Let's encrypt all our passwords. Service password encryption, and it will encrypt all our passwords. Okay, one more command which is optional you can do is, let's say you are writing down something and you're writing down a command and you made a mistake of writing it wrong way, and you press enter, and the router will be hung there for a couple of seconds, not at least 30 to 60 seconds, and when you labbing, that is a long time. So what we can do is we can always disable that lookup, so the router will not do any DNS lookup. So we can always say no IP domain lookup and enter. The best way to do is to test it, what you did. So let's just exit out of it, and we can see obviously there is a message here which we can disable if you want to, but our message is here. Yeah, and it's asking us for a password, so we need to put the password. Okay, so there's another login message, but ignore that. The password you did not see because you're not supposed to see it. That is the whole reason, but you are writing down the password. If you go enable, and oops, we are already enabled, so config T, and yeah, everything's working fine. But what we can do is, if you want to enable those passwords, those binaries, you can always do no banner exact, no banner incoming, no banner, and let's see what we have. Line, and did we say login? No, login. So these banners will not bother us again. We will only see our banner. So yeah, you can see that we only see our banner, which is good. So let's just enter, and we are in a okay. So that's all about it. Thanks for watching.